Section 2.2, we're going to look at triangles a little closer. So we're going to start with this activity. So you should have this triangle in your packet, and the piece of paper that it is on has a blank back side. So you can cut the triangle out and then cut along the dotted line. You're going to rearrange the angles so they all meet at the same vertex, and then decide what shape that forms. First, I'll start by cutting out the triangle. Next, I'm going to cut along the dotted lines, and that will separate the three angles of the triangle. I've separated the three angles of the triangle. So now what you want to do is you want to move the angles around so all their vertices are next to each other. So for angle 1, the vertex is over here, and for angle 3, the vertex is over here. So I'm going to move these so that the vertices are next to each other like this. They're side by side. And now take the vertex of angle 2 and bring that around by those two vertices. So once you put the three vertices together, what do the three angles form all in a row? Do you notice that we have a straight line here where those three angles came together? They're forming a straight angle right here. And the measure of a straight angle is 180 degrees. So what this is telling us is that the angles of a triangle also add up to 180 degrees. Now that we know the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, we're going to do some practice. In number 1, we want to find the measure of angle C. The measure of angle C plus the 68.92 angle plus the 54.99 angle should all add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to subtract these angles from 180 degrees, and I'll find angle C. So you're going to use your calculator. The answer you should get for C is 56.09. Number 2, here again we know the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to take the three angles I've been given and add them up. Then set it equal to 180 degrees. Now I'm going to add the x terms together. That gets me 6x. If I add 22, 32, and negative 18, I get 36. Now I'll solve for x. Use x equals 24 to find the measure of each angle. Angle A is going to be 3 times 24 minus 18, which is 54. The measure of angle B is 2 times 24 plus 22, which is 70. And angle C is 24 plus 32, which is 56. For number 3, will you try number 3? Because they did give us all three angles, and you know the sum of the angles equals 180. So turn off the video and try number 3 on your own. When you turn on the video, I will give the solution. Solution for number 3. I'm going to add up the three angles. 3x minus 14 plus 3x plus 6 plus 90 equals 180. You also could have just taken those two angles and added them up. This angle plus this angle is 90 degrees because you already had 90 degrees with that angle. So I'm going to put together the x terms, so I'll get 6x. I'll put together negative 14, positive 6, and 90, which is 82, and that equals 180. I'll solve for x now. X is 16 1/3. So hopefully you used your graphing calculator and you did 98 divided by 6 and you got 16 1/3. Leave that in your calculator because to find the measure of angle R, we have to take 3 times that 16 1/3. So if 16 1/3 is still in your calculator, just hit times 3 plus 6, and you'll get the answer for R, which is 55. So you never have to try to enter 16 1/3 into your calculator. Probably the easiest way to enter it in your calculator, though, is to enter 49 divided by 3. In number 4, I can see a quadratic expression for one of the angles, so we're going to have to solve a quadratic here. So why don't you try this again, turn off the video, and work on number 4, and when you turn the video back on, I will have the solution. Okay, this is the solution for number 4. Add the 3 angles together. Set them equal to 180. Now I have 1x squared, I have a 5x, a 3x, and a 4x for a total of 12x. And then I'm going to add these numbers up, 3 and 25 and -8. Okay, now since I have a quadratic, I need to subtract 180 from both sides. So the quadratic I need to factor is x squared plus 12x minus 160 equals 0. So we're going to factor this left side. 160 is 20 times 8. So in the fronts I'm going to put an x, in the backs I'm going to put a 20 and an 8. And when you do outer you get 8, when you do inner you get 20. So the difference of 20 and 8 is 12. So I need 20 to be a positive 20x, and the 8 needs to be a negative 8x. So when they add up, I get positive 12x in the middle. Okay, so for each of those, x plus 20 equals 0, so I'm getting x equals negative 20, and x minus 8 equals 0, so x equals 8. So these are 2 possible values for x, but if you take negative 20 and you substitute it in to angle y's expression or angle A's expression, right away you can see you would get a negative angle. So we're going to reject negative 20 as an answer. And when we go to find the measure of angle D, we're going to use 8. So plugging in 8, I get 8 squared plus 3 times 8 plus 25. And on my graphing calculator, that shows up as 113. The exterior angle of a triangle is out here. It's outside the triangle and it's supplementary to this interior angle. So you have one here. You could also have one at the other 2 vertices of the triangle. But this is what's considered the exterior angle of the triangle. And because of the angles of a triangle add up to 180 and supplementary angles add up to 180, there's a connection between the exterior angle and these remote interior angles. So this one and this one. The sum of these remote interior angles equals the exterior angle. So if I label this as angle A and this is angle B, then the exterior angle is the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B. So again, we say the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the remote interior angles. Angle A and angle B are called remote interior because they're not sitting right next to the exterior angle. The angle in the triangle that's sitting next to the exterior angle is supplementary to the exterior angle. In number 1 and 2, we have this diagram. To find the measure of angle TAD, so that's the exterior angle of the triangle, I just need to add the remote interior angles. So TAD is 74.69 plus 56.73, and I'm getting 131.42. If you know the exterior angle is 131.42, then you can find this angle because it's supplementary to the exterior angle. So I just need to subtract that from 180. Okay, we'll do the same theorem using algebra. Here's the exterior angle in number 3, and the other 2, angle O and angle P, are the remote interior angles. So all I have to do is add up those 2 angles and set it equal to the exterior angle. So let's go 7x minus 9 added to 3x plus 21. That will equal the exterior angle, 9x plus 24. So we'll solve for x here. The measure of angle P is 7 times 12 minus 9, which is 75. Number 4. Will you try number 4 on your own? Notice how we got the 3 angles of the triangle given to us. So this should remind you of the first theorem we learned in this lesson. So try this problem, turn off the video, and when you're done and you have an answer, turn the video back on to see my solution. The solution to number 4 uses the sum of the angles of a triangle equals 180. So I'm going to take 15x plus 2 added to 20x minus 9 added to 11x plus 3, and that equals 180. Solve for x. So the value of x is 4. I can find the measure of angle CRA, which would be 11 times 4 plus 3, and that's 47. So this angle in here is 47 degrees, and I just need the supplement of that to get the exterior angle. The supplement of 47 is 133. Okay, one more question. Angle D has this measure, so this measure is supposed to be inside of there, 4x squared minus 6. Set this one up and solve it. You're going to get a quadratic. I can see the quadratic terms in here. Factor it and you'll get 2 x values. Make sure both x values are good if you're going to use them to find angle MUD. Turn off the video and do the math problem, and then turn the video back on to see the solution. The solution to number 5, I'm going to add the remote interior angles, 4x squared minus 6 and 3x squared plus 4, and that equals the exterior angle, 20x plus 1. I'm going to combine 4x squared and 3x squared to get 7x squared. Minus 6 and plus 4 is minus 2. I know I have a quadratic, so I'm going to have to move all the terms to one side. So I'm going to subtract 20x to the left and subtract a 1 to the left. So I'll get 7x squared minus 20x minus 3 equals 0. The factors are 7x plus 1 and x minus 3. So 7x plus 1 equals 0. If you take negative 1/7 and you substitute it back into 20x plus 1, you're going to get a negative number. So I'm going to reject this negative answer. X minus 3 equals 0. Add 3 to both sides. So that means x equals 3. That looks like a good number. The measure of angle MUD is going to be 20 times 3 plus 1, which is 61. Good job.